Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's kind of hard to believe we 12 episodes in. AAL2 Turf Talk. We're here with the winners. With the winners go to spoil, so we're here with the winners this week. And we starting it off with a team that had an impressive win this past week, the Mississippi Wolfpack. If I recall correctly, I believe that was a 38-18 victory. So guys came back with a vengeance after the off week. So first question, this is for everybody. We'll go around. Gentlemen, how did you spend the off week? Big Red, we'll start with you. How'd you spend your off week?
I mainly try to make sure I stretch every night before bed, stretch when I get up. But what's key for me usually is hydration. It's hard to be able to play a full game, but the least I can do is try to keep my body up, prevent from cramping and throwing up things like that. So just hydration and stretching.
I get it. I get it. Joseph,
Oh, just
what
like
about you, sir?
hydration. So, that's the main key for me. Hydration, hydration and stretching, most definitely.
I get it. I get it. Armand,
Yeah, I spent it pretty much getting conditioned pretty much. I like to stay in shape, like because with having a week off, you can get out of shape, and once you come back, you can be sluggish. I don't like being sluggish. I like going at it and dominating.
I dig it. Coach Strong, what about you? How'd you spend your off week?
Man, I just chill with my daughter, watch some scary movies on Netflix, and relax, man. These boys be stressing me out, man. But I just relax, and
Hey, it's funny. All of them laughing, Coach. They know they stress you out.
I
All right, guys. So big 38-18 victory. So how did it feel to get back on the field, get another one under your belt after the bye week? Because y'all are one of the teams that seem to be surging a little bit here. A little shaky at the beginning, right? But everybody start off a little tough. But y'all seem to be surging a little bit. So how did it feel to get back on the field and get a win?
It definitely feels good. It definitely feels good. Yeah, especially after the bye week, we just coming off a big win. Um, I mean, those type of games sort of like trap games.
Mhm.
So it's good that we came out on top on that trap game.
I dig it. I dig it. Joe, what about you, man? How did you feel?
I feel good. I mean, especially, just like he said, coming off the bye week, we just like itching just to get back on the field to get another win, another impressive win. We beating the odds against where everybody else around the league saying, by us being this new team, we coming out and doing a lot.
All right, Red. What about you, sir?
They hit it on the head. It's definitely hard, having a bye week because some guys don't work out, don't take care of their body. So, it's always good to know like guys really took the rest serious and then, came back to get ready and play ball. Because, we do have a couple of players that are, banged up and dealing with minor injuries. So that bye week was crucial, but I think we shook back pretty good from it. We just gotta keep going, get better every week.
And we also got to shout out the commissioner for having the foresight to schedule this bye week for everybody into the season. You gotta give him a little props for that because that's a little different, but it works.
yeah, it
Coach
worked.
Strong,
Yeah.
Um, I mean the win was great, but it's one of our I call it, which I call it wasn't a good win. Um, we had some things that we got to improve on, which I know we will improve on.
hmm
And like Red said, we had a lot of guys that was banged up, and we came out a little sluggish. We kind of picked up the second half, and but I want us to come out the first half like we played the second half. And when we do, and I know, and we'll fix it, and we'll get it together. And that's the sometimes the downfall of the off week.
right.
Guys not getting in shape, staying dehydrated, getting themselves ready, they'll come back a little sluggish. You know,
hmm
but like I
Right.
said, we were able to pull that game off. But that definitely wasn't one of ours. One it wasn't a great game, but we won because we got talent. But we definitely could have dominated. But I take it.
So what I'm hearing is we take the win, but a lot of stuff that will be going over in film. A
Yeah,
whole lot of stuff will be on
Yeah.
film.
yeah. Some improvements need to be made, but we definitely would get them improved.
I feel it. I feel it. So, Coach Strong, I'll stay with you on this question, and I'll ask everybody else. What was the one play that you felt like was the turning point of the game for y'all?
You know what? This really wasn't even a play. I got to give shouts out to our defense, man. Our defense they was giving them the business all night, and that's really was the difference of the ball game. Defense really, they saved the game. Them boys, I mean, every player from the defensive line, the defensive ends, the jack, the Mike, the cornerbacks, the safeties, those guys played some ball game, man. And the stuff that they was doing, I knew that, hey, we got a chance to take over. So the defense put us in great position to put those points up, because the first half, I mean, the Gators could have ran away with it, but our defense, they held their ground. They had the ball on the 2 and 3 and 5 yard lines, could put it in the end zone. We defense creating turnovers, giving us back the ball. So, and at that moment, I knew then, hey, we got a chance to win this game. Our defense playing some ball tonight.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I did notice that we had that you went heavy on defense to come on with you this week. So I figured defense had a strong role in the game.
Yeah, we had big White right there, big number 90. Took him up. He had defensive end. He got him an interception, took one back to the house.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was good for him because I think that one game he had an interception and ran it back and they came and stripped it from him. So he was happy to get that one.
So speaking of that, Armand, since you the guy we talk about anyway, your player, what was like a turning point play in the game for you?
Well, the kind of the interception, like I think it started off with the fumble recoveries because without those fumble recoveries, they started off getting very close to the touchdowns. But because they, fumbled the ball, it gave our offense more momentum to score.
All right. And Joe, what about you, sir? What was a big turning point, a pivotal play for you in the game?
It's me?
Yes, sir.
I'll say it probably when I made a forced fumble and at a clutch moment. I think I won't say before halftime. So yeah, I'll say that basically. Yeah.
All right. Big Red, what about you, sir?
For sure, defense. I mean, every game, our defense, creates turnovers. I don't think it's a game we played that we haven't got an interception or, force like 2-3 fumbles. So our defense definitely plays hard and, keeps us in the game. So I would say the turnovers we cause, that always gives us life. And it's like, okay, look, this really our game. Let's clean up the minor mistakes and go ahead and put them away. So I would say it's really just turnovers that we cause every game. Like every time we get a turnover, we just get a new spark and, gives us life.
We really had some guys stepping up, actually. I won't say that. We really had some, fellas that had to pick their game up. They did what they had to do. So I want to get a shout out to my whole defense, especially my DBs.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. So, Big Red, we'll start with you and we'll go around.
Okay.
Who was your offensive player of the game for y'all?
My offensive player of the game is definitely he's been consistent week after week, and we mentioned being banged up early, but I'm gonna definitely have to go with LaMarcus Kelly. He's head down, north and south running back. He doesn't dance. He's either trying to run through you or whoever else around him. And so I definitely got to give it to him. But it also starts up front with us. So I would say the O line and running back.
Okay.
Sure.
What about you, Joe?
I'll say LaMarcus Kelly. He right on that. I love when he get the ball. I be excited when he get the ball because I know what he can do. I know he's going to fight for yards, and he's going to give us his all. So definitely LaMarcus Kelly. But again, like Red said, the O-lineman. So without the O-lineman, there's no running back. So shout out to the O-lineman.
Coach Strong, who you got?
Those guys was right. Kelly, he did his thing, but if I had to give it to someone, I would have to give it to LA. We call him LaMarcus Sanders, and I mean that guy, he slashed him for about 25, 30 yards. He caught a ball in the flat, did some dancing move, made a defensive miss, and took one in for a touchdown. I mean, he really stepped up that game. So I had to give to him for this game.
All right, Armand, what about your offensive player of the game?
Offensive player games, yeah, both of the running backs. So they did a great job looking at gaps. Because when we open them, they got good vision, so they go straight there. It helps out the O-line a lot, to be honest.
All right. Now we're gonna go back around the other way. Defensive player of the game. Who's your defensive player of the game? I'll start with you.
I would say me, but I'm trying to be humble. Yeah. Let's go. I say number 7. He did a great job at DB. He made some amazing plays, destroyed a lot of their runs because I know the Gators like to run to the outside, and they could not do it this game because he absolutely dominated from the outside.
Okay. Coach Strong, who be
Right out the game. Ted Smith, number 7, our DB. That guy made an NFL tackle. That guy, the receiver came to block him. He threw him off for him. Came up, hit a big back the way a lot more than he do, and knocked him off his feet. You know that was a hell of a play. So he definitely was the player of the game on defense.
All right, sounds like a little bit of a highlight play too.
Oh yeah. That was a good play.
That's all right. Joe, what about you, sir?
You know, just like Omar said, I'm gonna be humble. I won't say me, but I'm gonna give it to number 7 because he shocked me. He did some things that I never seen before. You know, we communicated, we was on the same page, and he was in the right place at the right time, balling. So I'll give it to number 7.
Big Red, you gonna make it a clean sweep?
Yeah, you know, just to add on to what Coach was saying, I want to say he also had an interception too, if I'm not mistaken. But
Right.
you know, that's just like the thing about our team, man. We got so much talent, and that's one thing I do like about our team. You know, everybody might not have a breakout game, but we got so many good players on the team that, like, literally, you kind of got to respect everybody. You don't know whose game is going to be, whether it's blocking, you know, playing defense. It's just, you know, it's up in the air. But this game, hands down, I would give it to number 7. He played a really, really good game for a DB.
Yeah, he really did.
I love it, man. I love it. Sounds good. Sounds like he was really ready. I respect the honesty, guys. I respect the honesty too.
Ball.
So, last question I want to ask, guys. From week 1 to now, what do you feel has changed about the team and about you individually? And Big Red, we'll start with you.
Okay. Well, I'll say because I don't think I made like the first game of the season or maybe second too. But I would just say it was about like getting that chemistry together and getting, you know, all the right pieces in the right place. Like I said, we're definitely a talented team, especially for a first year team. So I don't doubt that. But you know, like you can have all the talent in the world if it doesn't come together and gel as one, then you know it can be sloppy or bad. So I would say as a team, I think we're all starting to gel. Like we know he's gonna block here, he's gonna have this gap. Like we kind of learning how each other play, so we can have each other back. And I would just say for me, I'm just getting more comfortable. I'm getting more locked in. This is my 4th year of arena, so you know I'm an experienced player, and so you know it's just about getting comfortable. And I think everybody's starting to gel together really well.
I dig it. Joe, what about you, sir?
I mean, you know, from day one, you know, it's new to a lot of guys. So basically, like, you know, they're getting their feet wet. You know, just like we took that L for the first game. You know, a lot of guys, you know, was confused, play coverage, this and that. So as we go on week to week, everyone just building that chemistry, and we come together as a team to win, especially the defense. So yeah.
All right, Armand. What about you?
I think it changed in a way. We're just doing our roles better. It's just because everybody got a part to play, and people are playing their part, and you can't win if everybody not doing their job. And so far, we are consistently doing our jobs better than what when we did, in the first game. We are consistently bringing in new guys, and they coming in doing their part. For me, I'm changing. I'm trying to be smarter with what I do. This is my first year playing O-line, so I have to learn the position, and I'm learning it better. And I'm just trying to play my roles that coach gave me.
That's what it's all about, Coach Strong.
Yeah, from the first game, we getting better and better every game that we play. I'm so proud of these guys because so many guys on this team can play so many positions. And it's helped me as well because I'm new to this. This is my first year coaching. I have to improve. So I even see myself getting better and better and better. But these guys, the way they can play so many different positions, it helps me. Yeah. I learn from them. They learn from me. And I listen to them. They listen to me. And we take it on the field and we put it together. Every week we put things together. We adjusting, we go into the game. We don't, we watch film, but they're always going to be adjusting. We play the first half, we want to adjust, and those guys can go and do, if I need like Red play O-line for me. Red play a lot of defense, nose tackle. Red can play center. Red can play fullback. Red can play DN. Joe can play wide receiver. Joe can play kick return. He can play safety. White can play nose tackle, play DN, center. So that's a plus. So, and I got a lot of more guys on the team that can do stuff like that. So one time one can fill in, and every week, as you can see, our team getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And I feel like, hey, there's, we can't do nothing but continue to get better.
Yeah, I dig it. Like I said, man, you guys are definitely a team that's been, constantly rising and kind of doing your thing throughout the season. So we got a game next week. So we'll do the closing this way. So, Coach, I'll have you go last. I'll start with Armand. Well, I'll do any thoughts you have on the game for next week. Also, let people know where they can find you as well. So we'll do both of those as kind of like the last thing here. So, Armand, I'll start with you.
Next week we place the Gators again. So I would just say, because I'm sure they're going to adjust their offensive plan. We just need to be ready for anything because since they beat us one time, we beat them another time. I'm sure they're gonna come out hungry to get that another win to win the series like for the season. And to find me on Twitter is AD White Rising Star, as well as YouTube, and on Facebook, just my name, Armand White.
All right, Big Red, we'll swing it over to you next. Same two questions. Well, same two things.
Okay. Just, playing football for so long, from college, semi-pro to arena the past couple of years. The biggest thing is when you're going on the road is just being focused and locked in. Like, that doesn't start Thursday. It starts now. You got to mentally be there. Then physically your body will follow. So I think the best thing that we need to do is we on the road. We already down 2 touchdowns. Come out, be dominant, hit them in the mouth first, and we already playing from behind. Let's not make a lot of mental errors to beat ourselves.
All right, and Joe. Oh, my bad, Big Red. You also need the opportunity to let everybody know where to find you. My fault.
Okay, now you good. They can find me on Instagram, Divine Energy with a period afterwards, XCV. That's my Instagram handle, and they can find me there. Players, teammates,
Fair enough. Now the floor is all yours, Joe. My bad.
Okay. I say dominate. We the team that be getting disrespected week by week, and everybody's sleeping on us. So I just expect to dominate on offensive side, defensive side, and play lights out football. If I'm not mistaken, I think we undefeated on the road. So we just want to keep that going.
All right, Coach Strong.
Find me on Instagram, Joe the Goat 1K. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's just like every game, you know. As far as I'm concerned, we ain't never played the Gators, so it's gonna be a new game. You know, the first game is over with. The second game we played against, that's over. This a new game, so we're gonna go in. We're gonna come with everything that we got. We're gonna treat them like we just our first time playing them, and we're gonna hit them in the mouth. You know, hit them in the mouth, and the best team win. Find me at you can find me on Eddie Strong on Facebook, or you can also find me at website Mississippi Wolfpack Football.
All right, gentlemen. Well, good luck this upcoming week. Congratulations on the win this past week, and hopefully we'll see you back next week with another victory.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right, guys, and now we're moving on to our next team. We're talking to the New Jersey Roughnecks. So the Roughnecks, of course, got the victory. That's why we're on. 36-24 was their victory this past week. So, guys, thanks for coming on. I'm going to ask you guys the same question to start with that I did ask the last team. So, Aziz, I'll start with you. What were you able to do during your bye-week break?
On my bye week break, it was very important for me to work on my personal skills. So that starts with cardio, and then I went back to my old roots, like back when I was in college. Getting into yoga and working my speed and technique really, because with this being my first year in arena, like I've noticed that the pass rush is like a lot different than 11 man. So it's like that's something that I've definitely been honed in on. It's cardio, flexibility, durability, as well as technique.
All right. Keon, same question for you, sir. What were you doing on your bye week? You got yourself on mute. There you go.
I got you. Yeah, during my bye week, I got rested up a little bit. Hit the field, worked on accuracy, footwork, speed. Watched film, and we also got our own practice in as a team a couple days out of the week also. So we was prepared for the game basically coming out of the bye week.
Okay, I like it. And Reese, I know you're having some issues with the camera, but for you, same question. How did it? What were you able to kind of do on your bye week?
On the bar, you just get my mind right. You know, think about execution, about for the game, practices, stuff like that. That's just really the biggest thing. Just get my mind right.
Right. And then how did it feel, guys? This question is for everyone. How did it feel to get back onto the field after having that break, to get back and get in the game, and of course, come out with the win?
Go ahead, Aziz.
How did it feel to get back out onto the field and get the win?
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't wait any longer. I was telling the guys that, especially when we was at practice, like, yo, I couldn't take it no more. It's like after like just being away from it, it was like, yo, like I need it. I got some tension I need to release. So that was just it. Definitely felt good to get back on the field.
I feel it. Reese, what about you?
Oh, it feel good. You know what I mean? But you never want to be too high. You never want to be too low. You want to be balanced. So, you know what I mean? It felt good, but back to the drawing board.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt good. I felt like this game meant more for certain people than the other team, but this game meant a lot for us because of certain stuff that our team and certain people on our team is going through certain stuff. So this game meant a lot.
Okay. And I'm gonna stay with you, Keon, and ask you another question here. Pivotal moment in the game for you.
Uh, trying to keep my composure, to be honest. Certain stuff, little stuff I'm letting get to me that I shouldn't be letting get to me, and I gotta do better basically and try to keep myself together. But pivotal moment of the game, I say when it was 12-12 and both sidelines was barking at each other and we all just flipped the switch and turned up.
All right, Aziz. Same question for you, sir. What was a pivotal moment in the game for you?
Um, a pivotal moment in the game. If I'm being honest, I think it was just like Keon said, it was just more so us showing how controlled we were when we were in those heated battles,
Mm-hmm.
not giving up that many penalties when it came down to, personal things, like most teams, they go out there, fight, argue, things of that nature. We didn't let those guys come in and rile us up too much, So that
Yeah.
was definitely a pivotal moment for me.
Who would you guys say were the offensive was the offensive player of the game for the Roughnecks?
Um, I'm definitely going to have to give it to somebody who's been consistent, and I don't think he gets enough credit. My man Keon Spain, QB, but another person I also want to add on there is that boy Reese Reese. That one-two punch between him and Keon has definitely been effective, and it's going to be something to see. They definitely a show. They a show for sure.
I dig it, man. I dig it. So, Keon, what about you, sir? Who would you say is the offensive player of the game?
Uh, I'm gonna give it to Reese. I'm gonna give it to Reese, Block. I'm gonna give it to everybody that played a point. Yeah, played a pivotal point in the offense. So everybody, I say Glock, my running back. He had 2 touchdowns. Reese had 4 touchdowns. My other receivers, they was catching the ball too. So I give it to everybody.
All right, all right, all right. Now, I'll start this question with you, Keon. Your defensive player of the game.
Aziz Thames, gang. That boy, that he know he doing on that line. He gonna get back there. Trust and believe he gonna find a way back there.
Man, all these gotta do is just flex the arms on them boys, and they gonna fall back.
We got some other dogs too on defense though.
Definitely,
Yeah, definitely.
definitely.
I feel like the
Okay.
whole defense just played their part. Once everybody locked in and focused, everybody did their job. So
Definitely. And, you know, I definitely want to add on to that. As far as defensively, that D line is nasty. I've been telling y'all since the first podcast, we have potential to
You
be
have.
one of the nastiest D lines in this arena league. Like, and I don't think those guys get enough credit. That guy number 9, Malcolm, dog. That boy number 0, Dwayne Hill, he's a dog. Down the shade, down to our reserves, Lamar, everybody, they dogs, and I don't think those guys get enough credit. Uh, so personally, I'm gonna just give it to the whole D line. I can't even give it to myself, but all around, because I don't want to be biased, because a D lineman saying the D line was I'm gonna say the whole defense. They played a major part.
Okay. I feel that. I feel that. So I know you guys got a running back this coming week, right?
Yes, sir.
So anything that you guys feel like you can improve on for this rematch next week?
There's always room for improvement. To be honest, that's how I feel. It don't matter.
Absolutely.
It don't matter if you're playing against. If you're in the Pee Wees, it don't matter what level you at. You can always improve on something.
Mhm.
This week we just want to learn from what we did bad last game or didn't do as well.
Mhm. And just try to add a little bit of what worked as well, of course.
Yes, sir.
Hello, my
Yep.
fault.
Hello.
Somebody called me.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Aziz?
Can you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good. I was
I was
asking.
getting ready for
Called
work.
me. I put my
No,
phone on D&D.
you good. I was just asking anything that you think that you guys can improve on or that you can improve on for the upcoming rematch this week.
Most of the things I think that we could improve on is just not leaving plays out there on the field, whether it be defensively or offensively. I had a even in our meeting, I had a talk with the guys, and I even talked about us just executing, not not taking those small minor things for granted and leaving those on the field because those can be the major difference in the game. So ultimately, it comes down to us just executing and dominating every play, every down, every snap.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. So looking at you guys play everything that's been happening, changes to the team, everything, all the things that go along with part of the season. Because one of the things about AAL2, and I always find a way to slide this in here, so I'm just happen to do it now. I like everybody to understand one of the things about AAL2 is there's a lot of change. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of versatility, as the Wolfpack were talking about when they're on here, as well as a lot of guys that play multiple positions. So you have a lot of moving pieces throughout a game, throughout a season. So, guys come in, maybe you're playing one position, maybe you're needed in another position because of injury, or you just happen to be, you look good when you're playing it, or whatever the case may be. Guys leave, they end up maybe leaving, going to a team on another level. All those things happen. But how are you guys feeling about what you've been able to bring to the Roughnecks from week one until now? Aziz, we'll start with you.
How do I feel what we've been able to bring to the Roughnecks from week one to now?
Yeah.
I know this gonna sound crazy, but we just been getting nasty. We've been getting nasty. I'm gonna give you honest. It's like it's coming together so well. Whether it be offensively or defensively, it's like you can just see the growth. You know, you can see the growth around everybody because, like I told you from week one, I told you like
Hmm.
everybody on this team is new to the arena. Most of these guys are all rookies, including myself. We all
Right.
we all new to this. You know, so it's one of those things where it's like from week one till now, we just been getting better and better and better. Like, and it's like I said, y'all gotta tune in, y'all gotta watch. It's just gonna keep getting better.
And I can definitely dig that.
I
Keon, what about you?
can't say nothing better than what he said. I feel the same way. I'm just getting more comfortable with reading the field and getting the ball out faster. It's starting to get. I'm not trying to sound cocky, but it's starting to get easy.
I feel that. Yeah, I definitely feel that, man. Once you start, just sometimes it just comes together. So it seems like it's been working out for you guys. You guys been, playing well. You know, not to get too much into things, but I'll just say this: certain teams have a harder path than others because of things that kind of happen beyond y'all's control. And when the players from those teams are able to kind of, hey, we putting everything aside and we out here to play, and that's what we're gonna do. is a big thing, and I know that you guys have done that. So want to shout you guys out because when there's a lot of things going on, sometimes it can affect your performance on the field, but you guys haven't let that happen. So that's and then with a lot of you being new, that's another layer on top of that you're dealing with as well. But you guys are handling it well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
my last thing would be any other comments that you guys have, and of course, let the people know where they can find you.
Um, we just looking forward to this weekend, going down there, Maryland, try to get another dub or get another dub. We're not trying to do anything. We're getting another dub, and yeah, that's it. Try to get into the playoffs and see where we go from there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Good. I'm just saying, any last thoughts you have, and then let the people know where they can find you on social media.
Oh, A1.Tims on Instagram, Aziz Tims on Facebook, A1 Tims on TikTok. Yeah.
All right. Keon, did you let the people know where they can find you too?
Dream Chasing underscore Key on Instagram and Keon Spain on Facebook. I don't have all the TikTok stuff. I'm a little older than.
I dig it, man. I dig it. So, hey, guys, again, congratulations on the win. Good luck for next week, and hopefully, we'll have you back on with another victory.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Definitely.
Appreciate you guys for coming.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, and we are back, and now we're talking to the Jersey Bearkats. Bearcats kind of had a difficult game before the break. Had a chance to take the break, re, recalibrate, reassess, get things back on the right track. Go out and obtain some new talent to kind of blend in with what they had. Kind of make sure that they're headed in the right direction and they're upholding the Bearcat standard. Because we talked to the Bearcats quite a bit, so kind of understand a little bit about what they have going on. So here to introduce you guys to three of the new members of the Bearcats. So first we have JJ Ramirez. He's a defensive back. I'm sure he probably plays something else because one of the things you always learn about AAL2, you play multiple positions. Now there may be one specific, but there's other positions. So what I'm going to do is go around and have these three gentlemen introduce themselves to you guys, let you know what they play, what else did they play, as well as how they got onto the team or their path to get to the team. So JJ, I'll start with you. Floor is all yours.
All right. Yeah, so like my introduction, JJ Ramirez. I play DB, but also receiver. I actually tried out for the team as a receiver, made it on, and then my first practice, I went to the DB side because there just weren't big enough numbers. So being someone that you can play multiple positions, it was just an easy transition, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes just to play. I'm hungry right now to play. Um, I also big on special teams. I love kickoff. I love all that stuff. I like hitting people. My path to get here, just finished playing up at Muhlenberg College. I played football and ran track there. I took a fifth season because my freshman year was COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I just finished this past fall, and I've been being play. I've been still training. Been hitting the gym, still doing everything I can. I saw ad or post tryout on Instagram and showed up and just balled out and played the game I love. And I was, one of the ones that are sitting here now. So that's how I got here and got to be a Bearcat.
No, and clearly you made some impressions, or you wouldn't have been on the team, and you wouldn't be up here on the show. So welcome, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Mel. Same thing for you, sir.
I'm Mel Reed. I actually met JJ at the tryouts. Me and him tried out together. Like receiver, whatever coach asked me to do, I could do.
Okay.
My path here, I played recently at Avila University with one of our cornerbacks on the team, JT. So he kind of talked me through the tryouts and getting up there to play for these guys.
All right, cool. Welcome to you as well, Mel. And last but of course not least, Jairus.
Jarvis Rogers, defensive end. Hopefully get a little bit of linebacker, but we already got some studs back there. All
Yeah.
due respect. Actually, my first year actually playing arena ball. I've been kind of like thinking about it. I didn't think I would fit with it. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing a little semi-pro, little A7FL football, which I also run the Patterson U team doing that. But I've been brought in through Elijah McKenzie when I tackles on the team. He like, look, man, you know, I'm not gonna say like we don't have any dogs on the team, but we could definitely use another one. So, you know, I came in. We had a great practice on Tuesday, which was my first practice. And I could just tell from the energy level on both sides, like, you know, like we'll help each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like one
Yeah.
hand help the other. You know what I'm saying? It's both sides of the ball, great talent, you know what I'm saying? Great team, great you know, facility, great team, great structure, great chemistry, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking to move forward and big things happening.
Okay. So Jairus, I'll start with you and just swing back around the other way. I know you guys mentioned, new to the team, first practice this week. How do you feel that you've been able to kind of fit in with everybody else so far?
I mean, I'll go first. So truth be told, I mean I love the energy. No bickering,
Mm-hmm.
great team camaraderie, you know what I'm saying? No pointing fingers. Great coaches. I'm be honest with you. Everybody's just all together on one accord, and it's a great feeling, especially being a newcomer. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to jump into a team and be new to a team and feel uncomfortable or feel unwanted or feel out of the box. But
Yeah.
from the like I said, from the practice to the game, it just all flowed all together. And it's for me.
Yeah, to touch on what Jared said though, like the energy is just amazing. This past Tuesday we had a practice. That was my second practice. That practice was fun. Like we just everybody working, everybody picking each other up, and like I said, the team great. Like especially for me, I play receiver. I know I got a lot of questions about like the plays, the playbook. I could always go to one guy and I could count on him to be like, look, do this, do that, and there's always showing a helping hand. The guys is great, man.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree and pick up what both of them were saying. Everyone was mad welcoming, like very welcoming. I felt like I fit in, right away. Like I said, right out at receiver, and any question I had, everyone was, right there to answer it, help me out. And even when I switched to DB, same thing. Everyone was right there to, lend out their hand, tell me this, tell me that, giving me advice. I haven't had a single person that wasn't willing to help me out or be there. So I really like the camaraderie everyone had, joking around, having fun, which is very important.
Yeah. So how did it feel, guys, to get out and get that first game under your belt, playing, with a new team?
I mean, it felt great. Like I said, I was hungry to play. I haven't played in a while. To, be with everyone and just seeing how everyone does their thing and how all of our skills and talents just come together as one. It was a great feeling, something I definitely missed.
Just like JJ, it felt good to get my feet wet, but we hungry. We need some more. I want the next game to be today, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that.
I mean, to be on the field, like I said, for the first time in a while, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. For my first defensive play, for me to get a sack in this league, it felt great. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm normally a linebacker, so for me to be like, I won't say out of my position, but in a new position, and it
Yeah.
just clicked like that, everything was just flowing. This is just like, I mean, what more can I ask for? You know what I'm saying? It just everything flowed. Defense was clicking, everything was clicking. like I said, I just felt welcome. Felt like home. I've been here for numbers and numbers of years. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like out of sort at all.
That's good, man. That's what it's about, man. And see, like we've been talking all year, we've been saying like, hey, there's changes that happen. You have guys come in, you have guys leave, or whatever the reasons may be. And we're sitting here talking to 3 guys that just played their first game for the Bearkats this past week. You know what I'm saying? And 39-14 win on top of that. And obviously you guys were a focal part of the team, because if not, you wouldn't be here, right? If you just was kind of chilling, standing around, trying to see what's happening, you wouldn't be here. So I'm always excited to get the new guys, because the new energy, the new vibes, how you guys see everything's a little different because you haven't been through the other part. So you kind of seen it with a fresh set of eyes.
Yeah.
So for you guys, who would you say would be the defensive player of the game for this past game?
Joey. I'm gonna say Joey, because tackles for loss, sacks, interception at D tackle.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't. You don't get too many games. You get a D tackle to do all 3. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta give him his flowers, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, that boy 88, nice, man.
Yeah.
That boy 88, a dog. But I'm gonna give it to the whole D line though, because no matter who coach was putting in, they was all working. Gaines is one in them.
Serious.
They is one in them trenches. Our D line was definitely dominating. Shout out to the D line.
No, yeah, definitely agree. D line was doing their thing, sure. But Joey, he stuck out. He was doing his thing. But from more of like a positional, personal standpoint, number 22, Tyreek, he's just someone that caught my eye and is like that guy where it's like I need to watch what he need to ask him how he practices, how he gets ready, like how he gets ready for practice games, whatever it is. He just, the way he was playing, his technique, his aggression, everything just stuck out to me. And it's like, that's the guy that I want to, fall behind and follow, because I feel like, he has experience at other levels. I feel like, if I can learn from him, I could take my game even further. So 22 for sure stuck out to me.
All right, I dig it. And the same question, JJ, we'll stick with you. Same question for the offense.
I mean, offense, I feel like our O-line was doing their thing too. Some of the receivers out there, I forgive me, I can't remember his name or number, but he had a crazy catch in the end zone where he just ripped it right out of the DB's hands, and it got called back because of a flag. But that was an insane play, and I was just, it was a dope play, and not many people could make a catch like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with JJ as well. I'm gonna go with the O line, but I want to add that boy Nas in there too. That boy a dog, man. The person that can stop Nas is him, man. Once he settle it, it's over with. That's a big boy to break down, man.
I mean, I can't single out anybody individually, because honestly, it was like honestly, with our offense is so well balanced. Like, you can't, if you focus on one, for too long. And like I said, I've been, even though it's my first game, I've been around for a while, but I've been in the loop of watching the games and everything. Like, so if you focus on one for too long, but if you focus on our passing, we go to run. If you focus on our run, we go to passing. But like I said, you still got to give it all to the O-line, man. They protected our quarterbacks, both our quarterbacks, very well. You know what I'm saying? They kept them, safe and protected with our quarterbacks, running backs, whatever. Like, they always on 100%. Honestly, you never hear barely too much bad talk about our O-line. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, we have a rotation there also. So.
I dig it, man. I tell you guys are all very excited to be on the team, bringing some new energy, some new hunger. Maybe a couple of guys are saying, you know what? Now that these dudes are here and they playing like that, let me step it up, because I'm not trying to lose my reps. One of the important things about, especially the Bearkats among some of the other teams, is you're always getting the best shot. So you got to have guys that can handle that, right? And from what you guys are telling me, and everything, I feel like you are guys that will be able to handle that. Playing on the Bearkats, any team that is a team that does really well in the league, that the teams are kind of ready for. It's that little bit of extra, like I got to be ready because I know that not only do I have to prove myself to my teammates right on the field, because practice is practice, but not only do I got to prove myself to my teammates on the field in a short amount of time, but also, I got the other team that's trying to give me their best shot because they don't care that I just got here. They don't care that I'm just playing. They coming for me. So that you guys have a moment where you kind of felt like, all right, after this moment, I know I feel like I should be here, like doing the game. Like I know I'm here, I'm good. And Jared's, I think I know what yours was, but
Play the game.
ask everybody anyway.
Yeah, man. Because like I said, for me, like I coming into the season, well, like put like this: in August, I was at 248. I dropped down to 229. And I
Mm-hmm.
did that because I tore my meniscus back like maybe a year and a half ago. So I did it, and I mean I developed myself back into this. I've been locked in since, so I'm itching to get back on the field and play some ball. So, like I say, sometimes you get the little butterflies, a little nervousness, whatever, but it's like riding a bike. You know what I'm saying? But once everything started, like I said, once I got that little first, it was like, oh yeah, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? Like I said though, it's just the team camaraderie for me, man. It felt good. It felt great. Like I said, it was no arguing, no. The energy level was just up here. Only thing I want to say is, and we know as a team, like we got to step it up a little bit better. We gotta work on some things. Practice coming up. Got a big week this week. We got to treat every game like a playoff game from here on going out. So.
All right, cool. Like I said, you know what Jared's moment was. My man got a sack on the first place, so we know that was his moment of the game. So he don't really have to say it again. Mel, what about you, sir?
I ain't really have no moment in the game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, so you just like, hey, I'm just doing what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna just be me. That's all.
I can rock with that. I can rock with that too. JJ, what about you?
For me, I was a little curious to see how it was gonna go, being that it's also my first year in arena as well. I never even stepped in an arena, on an arena field before my tryout. But definitely special teams was, my moment. I was big, like I said in the beginning, I'm big in special teams, and I give 100% effort no matter what it is. Kickoff, kick return, wherever you put me, I'm gonna go. And I love kickoff, and so I was just flying down there, and I made my first tackle, my first arena tackle. It was just that moment where, it was like riding a bike, just like it was just said. Like I've been doing that in college the past 4 years, and I'm doing it here. Transitioned over well, and this is where I'm supposed to be at. This is what I want to do. It's what I love to do. So for sure, it was kickoff. That tackle. It was my moment where I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Tackles, man, tackles.
Yeah, so you got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Don't leave them out now.
Yeah,
It was dope.
And that's crazy because we all three of us out there on
Yeah.
kickoff.
All day.
All three of us out there. So
out in the meeting today, he was telling us, he was yelling at all the old heads. He was like, the new guys are the only ones running down there, and it's us three that are here right now for a reason, like you was saying in the beginning. And it's to PT. I got some PT on defense after I was making a few tackles on kickoff, but like I said, I just want to stress that us three were here right now because we was out there giving our effort, and hopefully it makes the older guys step up and not get too complacent. Because I'll tell you one thing, with our effort on Saturday, wherever we were put and the minutes we got, whether it was a minute or not, we was hungry and we was fighting for it.
Yeah, for sure, we coming.
oh yeah,
Definitely coming.
oh yeah.
I tell you this, your head coach, your owners, and all that. If you want the right type of player, you wouldn't be there. So for sure, y'all doing what you need to be doing, and y'all in a good place, man. Enjoy it, learn all you can for the rest of the season and the playoffs. This is a good situation to be in, and y'all seem like the right type of guys to capitalize on that situation. So guys, last thing, well, actually I'll make it all one real simple here. So any thoughts on the rematch next week? let the people know where they can find you as well. And then if you won't have any other last thoughts you want to give, or any other thing that you thought about, like after you went, that you wanted to say to the people.
I treat every team the same. They still pray.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't look at it could be 20 NFL players or 30 NFL players. You know what I'm saying? It just every week you got to come in with that same, you know what I'm saying, that same mentality, that same focus, that same drive. Is I don't, even if it was an 0-17 to a 7-0 team,
Yeah.
they still got to get punched in the mouth. So, like I said, we weren't there for the first hoorah with the team. So, it don't matter. Every team got to get treated the same. You know what I'm saying? So, like when it comes to me, like I don't never take my foot off the gas. But I look forward to next week. Well, I look forward to this weekend game, and I mean, like I look forward to us doing a lot better than what we did this week. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I
facts. We
dig
got
it.
off last week, man. We had way too many penalties as a team. We definitely got to clean that up with playoffs right around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Jared, let me jump back over to you real quick. Let the people know where they can find you too.
On Facebook, JROC. They call me J Rock Rogers. On Instagram, it's RTS_MR_Rogers. So it's Mr. Rogers on Instagram.
Mel, same for you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Melvery_2, or Facebook, Melvery.
Any other thoughts you had?
Nah, we just gotta clean it up. Keep having fun. Keep our foot on the gas. Don't stoop down to the other teams' level. We know we probably, I'm gonna say, we the most talented team in the league. I ain't been here for that long, but I'm gonna say it because I see it every day at practice and the games. Talented to have even close games. We need to start blowing these guys out the water quick. That's it.
Yeah, he'll fit right in. JJ, what about you, sir?
Yeah, I gotta agree. You know, it was said perfectly. I know I don't treat any team different. You know, I don't care who's on that team. You know, I don't want to know who's on that team because it don't matter. You know, whoever it is they gonna get punched in the mouth. You know, it was said. You know, I fear no one. I only fear God. That's what I love to say. I only fear God and my mom. That's what I love to say, really.
You gotta feed your mom, that's for sure. That's for sure.
But yeah, so I'm excited though. I'm excited to see God, you know. I gotta agree with Mel, you know, we're very talented, you know, we just gotta clean up the penalties. And where you can find me at is Instagram, the number 2, JJ Ramirez, and on Facebook it's just gonna be JJ Ramirez Rojas.
All right, cool, man. Again, man, welcome to AAL2. Welcome to the Bearkats. And good luck in the game this coming week. And hopefully you guys will be back with another victory.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
No problem. Appreciate you guys. All right, guys, and we are back in the building. We got the big dog in charge with us.
But you ain't going, you're just gonna stand there and just gonna
the Commissioner Roque in the building.
What's up, man?
Chilling, man. We just, making it happen. Another week, some more good games.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, another fun week for the AAL2.
Yeah.
Bearkats got them some new blood in the picture. Some other teams kind of doing their thing. Mississippi still got that chip on their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
that was my call from the get.
You did say that. And you might be right. There's a good probability you might be right.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia Indians might got a little something to say about that, but
I know that ended up being what I thought it was gonna be. That South. That's just dogfight.
Yeah. Well, North has been interesting too, though, and the East is. I mean, it's been good.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very entertaining. If you haven't been paying attention, y'all got to start paying attention. You know what I'm saying? You're missing out on some good football.
Yep. So I mean, almost down to the wire now, right? All games count this weekend. This weekend and the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
There's no playoff seeding set yet.
Right.
In any division fully set. Like these last 2 weeks. This week for the East and the 14th for the North and the South will decide the seedings for the playoffs. So you're going into the final weeks and nothing's set playoff wise of who's going to be where. Says a little bit something about the league.
Yeah.
Competition in it. Nobody's straight running away with it.
Yeah. Got some good high level competitors
in the end.
Yeah. And that makes for good TV too. It makes
right.
for good for people to watch.
Get people to stay tuned and watch to the end.
Oh yeah. And just to reiterate, the championship game will be at the Bearkats facility.
Yeah, it'll be in New Jersey at Warren Sports Center in Roselle. Yep. Oh yeah.
And next year, looking forward, it'll be
in the South.
It'll be in the South, so that would be fun too. I like the moving around of everything too, man. And I got to say, the buy right there for everybody, genius move, sir. Genius move.
Yeah, you want to give everybody the same amount off, so everybody comes back in the season healthy. Or if not, they you figure out what you're missing or what you need.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Oh boy, guys gonna be coming in, guys coming back. Guys trying to get their best rosters together for the this playoff run.
Yep. The roster's closed. Now that we extended the season to the 14th, right? Because all the games were supposed to end on the 7th, but things happen and you got to move games, right? So that's why you leave that bye week. Well, at least that's what we do. We leave that bye week at the end to, God forbid, if we need a week, we put it there to get the games in that we need to get in.
Yeah.
So, we're excited, man. We're excited to go into these playoffs.
Another way to get, all the games in. That's important.
Yeah, making sure. Yeah.
Because you hear a lot about other leagues that don't get all the games in.
Mm-hmm. We had some hiccups, but again, you always overcome them.
Yeah.
Right. Always you figure out a way and you overcome and you move on.
Yeah.
Figure out how to, limit those next time.
Yeah. Sometimes logistics get a little crazy, things happen, but when you got a little flexibility, then you can kind of try to get things in and try to, make up for those. So
right.
It takes a little foresight, and definitely y'all are working with that, man. This has been an exciting year so far, y'all. If you're new or you've been here, you've seen, teams look like they're unstoppable. Then you had a little bump in the road. But the question is always, what happens after the bump in the road?
Yep.
And, teams look like they come out and they keep executing, That's how you win. That's how you're successful. And that's good football for, fans and everyone else to see. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see blowouts every week, right? Nobody wants to see a team, it's cool, right? Nobody wants to see the same team winning every week and get to the end and be undefeated. Like when you have, again, this is our second season out of 3 seasons that there's no undefeated team.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. A lot of parity, but that's because talent and, we always talk about like the movie, any given Saturday in this case, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can win. You got to go out there and execute. You don't execute properly, you're not going to win every week.
Yep. 3 teams with 1 loss. 3 out of 10 teams. And I tell you what, those Roughnecks though, listen, man, if these outsiders knew what they had to deal with, man, and where they're at now, Man, those guys are gonna be all right.
Oh yeah.
Seriously. Yep.
Yeah, the Roughnecks. But they're looking good, man. They're looking good. They peaking at a good time. They coming to play. They got the right attitude. They got some dudes who they got some dogs over there too.
They got the right players, and like people left right from what was going on. They want to be a part, and here comes a bunch of new players, right? A huge wave of players that came in,
and them boys balling.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wooch, Coach Wooch, what he's doing. He coached at the CIF level a couple years ago with the Wyoming Mustangs. Like that helps when you have that experience. That helps, and you see it. Like you see what they're doing and stuff. Somebody knows and understands arena football there, right? And that's sometimes what separates at our level, right? Really understanding the game and not understanding it, or kind of understanding it.
Right.
But that's what it's for, though, is to learn.
Yeah. And we talked about, earlier in the season when we first started, we talked about how a lot of the staffs, were guys that played, guys that have a lot of experience, guys that understand the game, guys that have coached before. So they understand a lot of things, a lot of nuances and things that they're able to pass on to their players. And that's great to have. And, getting the right people is the most important thing on your coaching staff. Yep. The staffs are good. The players are going to get better.
Yep. Like, I know people look at Pittsburgh, right, 0-6, but they got some dudes.
Yeah.
They got some dudes on that team. I'm telling you. 51, Zachary May. Dude's a stud. I seen him run down a DN. He was the player of the week, actually, week 2 or week 3 this year in the league.
Yeah, I remember seeing that too. Yep.
But in the Bearcat game, he ran down from backside DN, ran down the quarterback, quarterback sweep, run the opposite way, ran him down from backside. Like, when you see things like that, man, and it's just like, yeah, they're 0-6, but there's some dudes out there. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
Sometimes the growing pains of the organization, getting the right people together, and it just takes a little bit of time. But when you see the guys still out there playing hard, doing their thing, you're moving in the right direction.
A few pieces away, and I mean a few, not many.
So they're going to be dangerous to some people next year.
Yep. And then what does that do? That makes the league, that division better.
Now it's more of a dogfight.
Right. And speaking of league and team, we're not going to say who it is, but we got a brand new team that, as we were on this show here earlier, sent back their contract for the next 2 seasons. Right. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Right. And I know of, for sure 2 more that are coming also. So it's exciting, man. And when you get the right people around and try to make it right, and people see that, and it grows. It's going to expand and grow quickly. But it all starts with the people around you, like you were saying, with the coaching staff and stuff.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah, you got the right people that are making the moves and making it appealing, making people say, well, let me go play with them. Let me go play against them. So I can get my boys better. That means you're doing something right.
Right. Yep.
So, Commissioner, I got to ask, any players get signed?
Well, yeah, you got some guys from the Bearkats that moved up. They got called to the ENTFLA, the New Jersey Cyphers in that team.
Okay.
So you got current Bearkats, Nick Price, number 11 linebacker. You actually got Shea Davis from the Roughnecks. He's with them too.
Yeah.
Who else you got? Adam Dolphin. He played DB for the Bearkats last year. 24 season. And missing one more. One more. Hold on. I'm going to find out who it is.
These are the opportunities. You know, you talked about opportunities for guys and how you go out there and you do what you need to do.
Oh,
Opportunities come available.
Stevie Puzo, who played receiver and DB for the Bearkats, actually for the last 4 years.
Moves happen. That's what it's all about.
That's
Congratulations
it.
to those gentlemen.
Yes,
I know they're
sir.
not the last.
Yeah, and what about the the former Bearkats playing against each other in the NAL this past week with Omaha and Colorado? You know, a quarterback for Colorado, Khalil Trotman. You know, he played the last 9 games for the Bearkats last year.
Okay. Yep.
And Ross. You know, David Ross, he played running back. He started out in Carolina. Now he's out there in Omaha, you know, doing really well. You know, another AAL2 guy that signed with the Cyphers this year too, Daniel Thomas. DT from the War Eagles. He was with the Cobras last year as well. Huh?
Cypher said they're going to have some talent.
Yeah. Listen, man, it's just more opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Don't hold anybody back.
Oh, we know that. We are. Yeah, if you knew this is not the league where you get held back, you don't have to worry about coming here and, you know what I'm saying, oh, you good, but we need you to stay because we need to. Nah, that's not what goes on.
Well, that coach got to go if he want to do that.
Yeah. The whole goal is develop, have your replacements already ready, either in your mind or already on your team or both. You know what I'm saying? You want to get guys moved up, establish those connections, and get the next guys in, let them do their thing. That's the short version of what AAL2 is all about.
Yep. That's it. Everybody gets opportunity, man.
That's what makes it great, man. That's what makes it different. And that's why I love to be a part of talking about and covering AAL2, because I see these guys and I see the work and I see the coaches, you know, you, everybody, and all the work you guys put in, you know, to have these guys get better. And that's important because everybody doesn't do that.
Nope.
They should.
Nobody wants to worry about the little guys. Everybody wants to be the big guy.
Yep. I mean, we all started off as the little guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Got to get a little love there too. Anything else we need to touch on that we missed, Commish?
No.
Okay. Well, hey, 12 episodes in, y'all. It was crazy for me to realize actually 12 episodes.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like we're still on episode 3 or something. But yeah, it's deep up in here.
Crazy.
It's been fun too. Got to meet a lot of players, coaches, you know, owners, different things. And it's just been great, man. It's been a great experience. And you can see the fun, you can see the development. I can see even talking to guys and having guys on, like how much more comfortable they are now than the first time some of them have came on. So it's great to see. Yeah. It's great to see, man. It's great to see. It's been a fun experience so far. Yeah, it's been a fun experience so far, and I definitely believe it's going to continue.
Definitely is, without a doubt.
Always got to let the people know where they can find you personally, and then of course league information.
Yep, you can find me at on Instagram at Coach Roque 1, Facebook AJ Roque. On Instagram, you can find the league at the official AAL2 and at the official AAL. Let's not forget about the the big dog. It's still there.
Just in hibernation, but still there.
That's it. Just in hibernation. No rush. When it's the right time, you'll see it.
Yeah, I dig it.
Facebook, American Arena League 2, and in hibernation, American Arena League. And AmericanArenaLeague.com /AAL2, right? Because a lot of people look at it and say, oh, site's not updated. Well, the AAL is not around, but if you go to the AAL2 part, you'll see it.
Yeah. Totally makes sense, man. Make sure y'all doing that. Make sure y'all following, keeping in line with what's going on. And make sure you tell your friends, everybody else, to tune in and check out wonderful episodes. Watch these games. Go to YouTube. Go to all the platforms.
YouTube,
Shake Sports, PDF, everywhere that you can find these games.
Shake Sports Network.
It's fun.
The following,
you'll get into
following that we have, the numbers. Like, people just look at the developmental league. Yeah, this developmental league got more views than some of your professional leagues.
Very true. Very
it's
true.
Not, those are facts.
Yeah, it's not something made up. That's facts. Facts are facts.
Just trying to be, create something great, man, for guys that get a shot. That's it.
And guys need it, man. Guys need to get a shot. And we always say hard work pays off, but this is an example of hard work paying off. It obviously doesn't pay off for everybody right away, but it's an example that the hard work can pay off.
We'll go back to Dante Mason, right? Last year he played with the Steel City Stampede, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just played the Wheeling Miners, right? Lost 58-0. Now you just play a team that you just beat 58-0. Why would you go and look at a player and say they got some talent over there, and bring in Dante Mason 2 weeks later, right? Dante Mason ended up being a defensive player of the year last year in the AAL2, going from the Steel City Stampede to the Miners. Right? He's just got a supporting cast around him, right? Little different players around him.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that season, after winning a championship, goes up to the TAL and plays for Duluth Harbor Monsters and wins another championship. Now, full circle, comes back 2025 season. Where's Wheeling Miners at? NAL. Now you got your full professional shot, right? After the TAL league. Now you're in the NAL, back with the Miners, and now you're on your way back to Duluth Harbor Monsters.
That's good, man. That's good.
Just because you don't continue balling.
Talent
never goes unnoticed, man.
That's true. That's true.
They just lost 58-0, and he got picked up.
Patience. Sometimes it takes patience. Sometimes it hits. And like when these things happen, it's easy for people on the outside to feel like, oh, they just got in a lucky situation. Now, these people have been grinding for a minute. It just so happens that they were ready when their time came.
He's been in the AAL2, since we started, just with another team, other teams. All we did was bring in a higher caliber team, coaching staff, and realized what that talent was that Dante had.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Talent was always there. Just had the right nurturing for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a place to get it, man. It's a place to get it. So good people, make sure you're back next week. We will see you back next week. And go watch some games. If you got a day you bored, go watch some games.
Oh, yeah. There's some great games this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this week coming up, make sure you find those. Those normally are played on Saturday. You can see them on Sunday on YouTube. But if you can't get out to a game on Saturday, why not watch some old games? Might see something you like. They're still there. So we're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week. And still bring some more people.